to Salon and Married. I'm Joy LeMay.
I'm Naz LeMay.
Yep,
We're married.
we're married. We have a
It's
salon.
freezing in Los Angeles.
It is really cold.
It's freezing.
Which is hence our coats. I have to tell you, though, okay, of all of my purchases within the last, I'm trying to think of like what have I bought in the last like 5 years for like literally just like for myself. This is like the top purchase that I've purchased for myself. Like I went into a store, I went into Nordstrom's rack and I found it and I was just like, oh my God. I don't even know if I was looking for PJ pants for you for Christmas.
I got them. I still got PJ pants, so that worked out.
And I was like, but I saw this coat and I was just like, oh, I really like the color and I'll show you guys later. Maybe I'll post a picture of it on Instagram when we air this episode. But it's like long, so it goes like past your butt. And it's got a nice hood and it's got like these hole things so that you can I am in love.
Well, because we were going to
want
Colorado,
to live in this
and we don't have warm clothes because we live in California. So it's like, oh, do I wear my denim jacket over my hoodie? Like, what's a warm jacket like?
Yeah.
And I got this.
But it does get cold here.
It's 45 degrees outside right now.
No, I think it's colder. But I mean, it does get cold here, and so.
But you're wearing Birkenstocks.
I am wearing Birkenstocks.
I'm wearing shorts, but you know. Tricks of the trade, guys.
And we do have the heater on today at like 17.
True. Yeah, so it's real rough out there for all you East Coasters.
I went and I went and took the kids to school. So and we've got winds, and so I'm like, bro, I need my coat.
You did take the kids to school.
Yeah.
Which is a great segue.
Oh.
Because what are we talking about?
We're talking about how to connect with your children. Because things that we thought were like does, or things that we've been told that people are like, duh, you should know this, and we're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. We've been like, oh, this is actually really helpful in creating relationships with your kids.
Yeah, it's easy. I know growing up, like, I liked baseball and sports, and so did my dad. So we connected through that, through music. We liked some of the same bands and stuff, but
Well, he play guitar, you play guitar.
He played harmonica.
He doesn't play guitar?
No, he doesn't.
Why did I think he played guitar?
But no, we connected on some things, but then other things we didn't. And it's the same thing with our kids, it's like, some stuff, like you don't go prime hunting on your own.
I would not go prime hunting on my own. And if you guys need prime hydration drink reviews, then we've got the YouTube channel for you. But all that to say, like I grew up, like my parents weren't really, like my mom would set stuff up for us to play, which was really fun, but she wouldn't play with us. So like we loved playing Office, and she loved that we loved playing Office, and like we would set up like, we would all have our desks with our play phones, and she always had like these pads with like triplicate form. Like it was like
legit Office.
It was legit. We would play Office, and like we loved playing Office, and like she was always really good at like setting it up, and like she was really good at like, she would make all of our Barbie's clothes. She was very involved in like setting things up and like creating worlds, but then she would just dip out.
Yeah.
Which I get. It's not fun to play with kids all the time.
Sure.
But yeah, I think like, there's an element of like being interested in the things that your kids are interested in. And I think that's kind of where we like when they were young, if they were into something, we would also get into it. And I think that's a little bit different. Like my parents weren't like, oh, you like this music? Like, let me get into it too. Or like, I don't know what else I was into, but like.
Well, it's if you think about it, the old, you sort of like think about the 50s family, right? Where you're like, well, I'm a locksmith, so my son's going to be a locksmith. And the mom's like, well, I'm into this, she should be I'm going to teach her how to do this the way I do things.
Yeah.
Or, however it is. And
well, because again, I look at it and I'm like, I was super into crafting, sewing, painting,
all stuff your mom was into.
All stuff that my mom was into, but she never did it with me.
Yeah.
I would always ask her, like, will you teach me how to sew? Will you teach me how to cook? Will you teach? And she'd be like, later. So then I just kind of learned through osmosis being around it, and then, to like got to a time when you were like, you know, the internet was around, you could like look up like how to thread a bobbin in your like 1974 sewing machine.
Well, because, and there's a give and take, right? Because my grandfather would always have me come out and help him fix his car, like hand him a wrench, or he would always, you know, kind of say, well, here's what I'm doing here, and I'm undoing this bolt to help, you know, get rid of this, you know, to help unhook the starter so I can change it.
Sure.
And I'm really grateful for that, because of course I would rather have been watching cartoons or riding bikes with my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm really grateful that he did that. So there's a little bit of that too.
Well, here's what I hear from that story is that Pops sought you out and brought you along to involve you. Because I really do believe that it is the responsibility of the parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, whatever role, big sister, whatever role you play in a child's life. It's if you're the older, if you're the one that has, you know, the capacity, it's your job to seek out and to foster a relationship with that person.
And he knew he probably didn't need my
With that
help.
kid.
He could have done it himself. But I think
he probably also knew it'd be quicker if he didn't have you involved.
yeah, but he involved me, which was great, and he taught me something, and he taught me skills that I've kept forever. But at the same time, he knew that I loved baseball, and my grandfather was a very good athlete, but he didn't like baseball. He was more of like a runner and a gymnast and stuff. But when he knew I was playing baseball, he would go out in the backyard and hit me balls all day, you know, for what seemed like hours. And it was so important to me, and I still think about it because of that. And so, but it wasn't like he was like, I'm only going to hang out with you if you were doing something I want to do.
Right.
He sought out what I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And helped me and like entered
but that's
that world with me.
relationship, right? It's like both, you know, you do both things, you know, so.
We've talked about that together too, about even movies, like Pride and Prejudice or something was one of your favorite movies, so I wanted to see it because you loved it. Yeah. And it's the same thing with our kids, like, luckily, I mean, we're lucky that our daughter loves great music, but you know, it's like I took her to a Morrissey show the other night and it was amazing, but like, I love Morrissey and she loves Morrissey, so it was great.
Yeah.
But if she was into like something that we weren't super into, we'd still take her and enjoy it.
And I think that's another thing too, we can probably have it on a completely other episode, is I think that something that's really important just to enjoy life is to be able to appreciate all aspects of life. So it might not be your cup of tea, but can you be like, oh, I can see beauty in it, I can see merit in it, and not just like poo-poo everything. Cause I think
it's bringing your child joy.
I think, well, just in general in life, I think there's just people that just want to poo-poo everything. So like, you might not be a sports person, so you just are like, I hate sports, I don't want to know about it. Instead of just going like, that's really great that someone's really into sport.
Well, also like
I'm not a big baseball person, but like take me to a baseball game, I'll have the greatest time ever.
Yeah, and like you're not necessarily like the one that like if I'm around, I'm probably gonna play soccer with our son. But there's other things you do with him that are different than what I do with him, and it's like, but if I was gone on vacation, he really wanted to go play soccer, you'd go do it with him, like.
Sure.
So I remember the thing
I would hire somebody to do it.
Stop. No, but I mean, I remember one thing that
here's your new daddy.
Whoa.
No, that's funny. You if you say whoa, then now it's rude.
I just didn't think we were going that far, but okay, I get it.
You're the one who left, and now I have to hire somebody else to play with her son.
All right, I guess it's okay. Yeah, I did leave. I guess it's my fault. No, but I remember when our daughter was young and she got really into this game called Roblox, which anybody with kids knows about Roblox. But she had just gotten into it, and so for her birthday, I made her a birthday card with her little Roblox avatar. And I didn't tell her, but I had made a Roblox account, so I put my avatar there too. And it was just like they were like having a little conversation on the birthday card. And she was like, what's that? Did you make a Roblox account? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh my gosh. And she couldn't wait to like get in there, show me how it works. Like, here, do this, Daddy. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Here's what you do.
Follow me. They love for you to just follow
Although it didn't take her long to go, you look like such a noob. Update your avatar.
Yeah.
But anyway, now all four of us in the family.
All of us have it.
We play Roblox. My sister and
brother-in-law have it. We all get online. We all play together. Like, it's just, Yeah, it's fun.
It's something fun that she loves to do, and I think the thing that was surprising about it is I was doing it kind of just as like, oh, this will be fun, but
she took it as like,
she
oh my
was
gosh,
like,
you are entering my world.
she was very excited. Hi, Neptune. She was very excited about it, and it really touched her heart. I feel like that, like I was interested in playing with her this
100%.
game.
100%. So yeah, I mean, I just as a call to action, like figure out like what do your kids love, what are they interested in, and like have an aspect of and have some time where you totally take interest in the things that they're into. And yeah, I think it's really fun. I mean, like just now that our daughter's older, like I had her send me like her playlist for Spotify, and so now it's like I know exactly what she's listening to, and I can be like, oh, this band's so good. Have you listened to this song? Have you done that? I mean, even as something as stupid as like the games that we play on our phones, like I started playing this stupid game, and we can talk about that later. And I know you're gonna bring up shit about it, but she started playing it, and so yesterday, like we're in line at Disneyland and just like playing it together. She's trying to, get win my level for me, and like I don't know, it's just like be into the stuff that they're into, and I think like show an interest in their lives, like goes so far. And I think again, it's our job as parents and people who are in adults who are in children's lives to foster that relationship with them, because they're not going to come to you and be like, hey, are you really into the MCU, or are you really into like I don't know, they're not going to do it, and so you have to go into their world and like fish them out.
And
so
of course it's tempting to want to like get them into the stuff you're into, like of course, and that's going to happen naturally.
I think it will happen
but
naturally
also,
when you show them that you are interested in their world.
Yes.
Then they are going to be more open to exploring things that you are into.
Because if you're having trouble connecting, like everyone likes talking about themselves, everybody has passions that they love talking about. It's like if you're trying to connect with a kid, the best way to do it is for them to tell you, like get into their world and ask them, what's your favorite movie? What music do you like? What kind of hobbies do you like to do?
Well,
oh, show
like,
me how that works.
Our kids are going to be like, hey, can we go to LACMA this weekend? Like, can we go to like, the Los Angeles Museum of Modern Art?
Yeah.
Like, no, they're not. But like, because they know that we are into their world, when we're like, hey, we're going to go to LACMA just for a couple hours, and like, now they love going to museums. Like when we say, hey, we're going to museum, they're like, awesome. So it's like because we've entered their world, and now they enter ours.
It's all one world.
Yeah. And now as a family, we can find fun doing anything. So have a great February. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.